If you're bored and don't know what to play, I invite you to discover from magical worlds to unexpected twists. Let's delve into the 10 most amazing stories that every player should experience. We start with number 10, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Follows the story of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter known as a Witcher. In a vast fantasy world filled with magic, monstrous creatures, and political conflicts, the plot centers on Geralt's quest to find his adopted daughter, Ciri, who is pursued by a mysterious force known as the Wild Hunt. As Geralt searches for Ciri, he becomes embroiled in a larger plot involving warring kingdoms, dark conspiracies, and supernatural beings. Throughout his journey, Geralt must make difficult decisions that affect the course of the story and determine the fate of those around him. The game explores themes of morality, discrimination, and the weight of decisions, offering players an immersive experience with complex characters and relationships that evolve throughout the narrative. With a stunning open world, deep side quests, and a choice system that affect the outcome of the game, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt has been hailed as one of the best action role-playing games of the last decade. Let's move on to number 9, NieR Automata. It is set in a post-apocalyptic future where humanity has fled to the moon due to an invasion of alien machines. To take back Earth, humanity sends combat androids including 2B and 9S. These androids fight the machines, but as they progress, they discover a deeper story about the nature of war, consciousness, and existence itself. Throughout the game, philosophical themes are explored as players immerse themselves in a complex and emotional narrative. Multiple endings and changing perspective add layers to the experience, making NieR Automata a masterpiece that blends action, exploration, and a moving story. Now, let's take a look at number 8, BioShock Infinite, where you play as Booker DeWitt, a former detective with a dark past, sent to the floating city of Colombia to rescue Elizabeth, a mysterious young woman with special abilities. As you explore Colombia, a seemingly perfect society, you face ideological and political conflicts. Throughout the story, you discover connections between Booker, Elizabeth, and Colombia's quirky leader Comstock. With unexpected twists and science fiction elements, BioShock Infinite offers an immersive plot that explores themes such as freedom, alternative dimensions, and the consequences of choices. This plot plays out like an intriguing puzzle, offering you not only immersive gameplay, but also an experience that sparks curiosity and immerses you in a reflection on the complexities of existence. Are you ready to discover the secrets hidden in Colombia? Let's discover the uniqueness of number 7, Undertale, an indie role-playing game where you take control of a boy who falls into the underground, a world inhabited by vanished monsters. To return home, the player can choose between fighting monsters or befriending them. Each choice affects the plot and future interactions. Throughout the story, you meet unique characters, face challenges, and discover secrets about the underground's past. With a distinctive art style, quirky humor, and shocking moral decisions, Undertale offers a unique experience focused on empathy and the consequences of your actions. Let's change the perspective to the intergalactic adventure of number 6, Mass Effect 2, where you embark on a risky mission to stop an alien threat known as the Collectors. To build a formidable team, Shepard recruits diverse characters with unique abilities and intriguing backgrounds. As you explore the galaxy, you must make difficult decisions that affect your relationships with your companions and the outcome of the mission. With an epic plot, well-developed characters, and meaningful choices, Mass Effect 2 stands out as an action role-playing game that captivates players with its immersive and emotional narrative. Let's travel to number 5 in Arcadia Bay with Life is Strange. Follows the story of Max, a photography student who discovers that she has the ability to go back in time. Set in the fictional city of Arcadia Bay, the game focuses on the consequences of Max's decisions, which affect not only her life but also the fate of the people around her. Max reunites with her childhood friend Chloe Price, and together they investigate the disappearance of another student. As the plot develops, themes of friendship, love, moral consequences, and the weight of decisions are explored. The game uses elements of science fiction and magical realism to weave an emotional narrative. Life is Strange stands out for its distinctive art style, focused on branching narratives, and players' ability to shape the story throughout their choices. We move to the vast realm of number 4, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It takes place in a kingdom plunged into the darkness by the resurrection of the evil Calamity Ganon. Link wakes up after a long dream and discovers that he has lost his memory. Guided by the voice of Princess Zelda, he must embark on an epic quest to defeat Ganon and save Hyrule. The game stands out for its open-world approach, allowing players to explore vast lands filled with mysteries, creatures, and temples. Throughout his journey, Link collects lost memories, regains his strength, and gathers powerful allies called the Champions to confront Ganon. With an emotional narrative and a vast interactive setting, Breath of the Wild redefines the Legend of Zelda experience, fusing free exploration with a series' rich lore. Let's ride towards number 3, Red Dead Redemption 2. Tells the story of Arthur Morgan, an outlaw and member of the Van der Linde gang, led by Dutch Van der Linde. Set in a Wild West on the brink of change, the gang is forced to go on the run after a botched robbery in the town of Blackwater. Throughout the plot, Arthur struggles to balance his loyalty to the gang with his own doubts about the path he has chosen. The game explores themes of loyalty, honor, and survival as the band members face both internal and external challenges. The game's open world offers an immersive experience where players can hunt, fish, interact with diverse characters, and make decisions that affect the destiny of the gang. With a rich narrative, complex characters, and a stunning open world, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a Wild West masterpiece that captivates players with its atmosphere and emotional depth. As the Van der Linde gang faces pressure of an ever-changing society and persecution for the authorities, Arthur Morgan begins to question his loyalty and his own morality. Throughout his adventures, intertwined tragedies, unexpected alliances are formed, and dark secrets from the past are unraveled. The relationship between Arthur and the charismatic but erratic leader Dutch Van der Linde becomes increasingly strained as difficult decisions and devastating consequences haunt them. The game offers a gritty and realistic portrait of life in the Wild West, where Arthur's actions directly affect his honor, his reputation, and the fate of those around him. With stunning landscapes, detailed gameplay, and a narrative that immerses you in a more complexity of decisions, Red Dead Redemption 2 is not only an epic western journey, but also a deep exploration of human nature in a time of turbulent changes. Immerse yourself in the brutality and emotion of number 2, The Last of Us. Follows the story of Joel, a man tormented by loss in a post-apocalyptic world devastated by an infection that turns people into hostile and savage beings. Joe embarks on a dangerous journey through impressive routes with Ellie, a teenager who will surprise you in the hope of stopping this infection. As they traverse desolate landscapes and face human and mutant threats, the narrative focuses on themes of survival, loss, and morality in a world where the line between good and evil is blurred. The story unfolds with emotional intensity, revealing shocking secrets and moral challenges that test the character's resilience in humanity's hope in a world on the brink of collapse. As Joel and Ellie face dangers and challenges on their journey, they are forced to make difficult decisions to survive. The world around them is filled with desperate communities, hostile factions, and the constant threat of the affected. The narrative is enriched by complex and moving characters, each with their own stories of blood and survival. The relationship between Joel and Ellie becomes the emotional core of the story, exploring the connection between two wounded souls in a brutal world. The plot culminates in a series of shocking events that challenge the player's perception of good and evil. With a masterful narrative, a meticulously constructed world, and unforgettable characters, The Last of Us stands out as a game that goes beyond the traditional experience, leaving a lasting imprint on players through its emotional intensity and deep reflection about the human condition. And there is more with its sequel, The Last of Us Part 2. They form an unparalleled saga. While the first game set an exceptional standard, the sequel raises the stakes by offering an even more emotional and complex experience. With improved gameplay mechanics and a narrative that challenges expectations, this game is a masterpiece that not only expands the universe of the original, but also immerses you in an unforgettable odyssey that redefines the standards of video games. We end our journey with number 1, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. It's an action and stealth game that stands out for its innovative gameplay, experience, and tactical freedom. Following the story in the 1980s with the legendary soldier Snake, who personifies determination and courage on the battlefield. His ability to approach missions flexibly, whether opting for direct engagement, stealth, or a strategic combination of both, highlights his versatility and exceptional abilities. The variety of weapons, tools, and vehicles available allows players to adapt their approach according to their own playstyle. The game's open world, filled with details and dynamic environments, provide the freedom to tackle missions day or night, influence the weather, and explore a wide range of realistic locations. What makes Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain exceptional is the ability for players to approach missions creatively and strategically, leading to unique and exciting gameplay experiences. With a rich story, memorable characters, and a tactical freedom that defines the game, it's a worthwhile experience for those looking to immerse themselves in a world of high-quality action and stealth. Now you have 10 reasons to forget about boredom with the most amazing stories every gamer should experience. We hope you enjoy sharing these fascinating narratives as much as we did. But who knows what other wonders await you in the vast world of video games? Venture out and discover for yourself the story that awaits. Ready to surprise and excite you, may your next journey of discovery be as exciting as the one we shared together.